I don't know about you guys, but that game put me to sleep. That game had me yawning. That game resembled nothing of a derby. Nothing in the slightest. Besides the two managers getting sent off, this game had no fight. It had no intensity. It wasn't end to end. It was probably one of the most boring Serie A games I've seen this season. But listen, the $1 million debate will always be Juventus drop points once again. Juventus remain unbeaten, but Juventus draw once again. Guys, this is going to sound crazy. I don't think there's any Juve fan that's looking at this Juve team and telling themselves the positive is we're unbeaten. I'm pretty certain every Juventus fan would happily sacrifice this unbeaten record for an extra 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wins on the table. Remaining unbeaten but drawing 12 games is 12 out of 36 points. That means 24 points Juventus have dropped. Is it worth dropping 24 points to remain unbeaten? That is the question that I have for you guys. Would you rather remain unbeaten but drop 24 points? Or would you rather lose the unbeaten streak but out of 12 games secure 20 points, 25 points, 27 points? The unbeaten image, the unbeaten streak, it just sounds good. But Juventus don't look good, man. I'll be honest with you guys. Juventus don't look good. Let me just get the positive out the way. Kenan Yildiz. I feel like every Juventus review I do, I speak on Kenan Yildiz. He's just too good, bro. He's just too good. The kid is so talented. And I love the fact that for me at times this season, he's been treated like a utility player. False nine. Go on the left. Play down the middle. Coop Miners hasn't really been doing his part. And Coop Miners, we'll get on him later. Kenan, for me this season, he's played all over the front four. False nine, on the right, on the left, down the middle. Now it's Project Kenan down the right-hand side. And it's probably because, in my opinion, Mbangula, he's from Juve next gen. Maybe people look at him and say, is he good enough to take Juventus to the next level? But at the moment, when he puts on a Juve shirt, this kid performs. And he's being rewarded for it. Nobody cares about the name, the image, how much money you earn, how much money you were signed for. When you put on a Juve shirt, he performs. And I'll be honest with you guys, I was genuinely watching that game today and I was telling myself, if Juve were to win this game, it's probably going to come from either Mbangula or Kenan Yildiz. The two 19-year-olds. Do you know how crazy that is? Juve have hired a modern day manager, somebody that can take them into a new direction. A style of play that's dominant, that's assertive, that's attractive to watch. They've pumped a lot of money now. Of course, there's question marks as to whether or not player A was worth the amount of money Juve paid for and has he lived up to it. At the end of the day, it's a modern day coach that showed what he can do at Bologna last year, securing them Champions League football. Money has been invested into this squad to come up against a Torino team who have won 2 out of their last 15 games. Guys, do you know how crazy that is? 2 out of their last 15. This, for me, I was looking at it and I was thinking, okay, cool. Fair enough, it's a derby, the atmosphere, it's hostile. Like, it's a derby. Form goes out of the window, but I'm looking at the opposition. And I'll be so honest with you guys. I completely understand why Torino have only won 2 out of 15. They're not good. They're not a good side. They didn't offer much of a threat. They scored a wonder goal from Vlasic, yeah, but besides that, Torino don't look good. I was just watching Juventus throughout that game, and I was like, wow. And I even made a video about this a few days ago where I was breaking down why Juventus don't score and why Juventus don't look good on the Motta. And I was breaking it down using the numbers. I was watching the game. The press wasn't good. The goal came from a moment of brilliance once again. Let's be real. Kenan receiving the ball down the right-hand side. He has no right cutting inside. The beautiful piece of skill to create that half yard on his weak foot. On his weak foot. Playing out of position. Having to create that opportunity for himself. It's not as if It was put on a plate for Kenan Yildiz. No, he picked up the ball. He drove into the space. He took on the two Torino defenders. He beat the two Torino defenders. He struck the ball on his weak foot and he beat the keeper. That was all Kenan Yildiz. That is X Factor. That is individual brilliance. That is a Kenan Yildiz goal from start to finish. Outside of that, nothing. Nothing. And guys, I was watching the game and listen, Coop Miners, I give him the benefit of the doubt. I really, really, really do, because I've seen what Coop Miners can do in Atalanta shirt. The whole world has seen what Coop Miners can do in Atalanta shirt. There's a reason why every Juve fan was over the moon when Coop Miners put pen to paper. Coop Miners has been shocking. He really, really, really has. Everything about him. The first touch isn't there. The passing accuracy isn't there. The weight of the pass isn't there. Off the ball, he doesn't offer much. His decision making in the final third, he isn't dominant. This is a Coop Miners that was bringing everything to Atalanta. Coop Miners was like the complete midfielder. You want goals? Coop Miners will give you goals. You want assists? Coop Miners will give you assists. You want a midfielder that will track back and help the team defend? Coop Miners will give you that. You want a midfielder that can progress the ball, get it to the attacking players in the right areas at the right time? Coop Miners is that guy. You want a versatile player that can play all over the pitch? Coop Miners was that guy. You just want a quality individual? Coop Miners. I was watching that Coop Miners performance today and I was in shock. I was like, what is going on? I really don't know. It's like he's playing with the handbrake on, and I genuinely don't know who's to blame. Is it Motta's instructions, or is it listen, I say this about Premier League teams. Sometimes the shirt is too heavy for a player. Some players can do it at other teams. When you make that step up to a team like Juve, where there's now demands, expectations, there's standards, you've come for a lot of money, time to deliver the goods. And there's a lot of players that drown. They can't handle that pressure. They can't handle those expectations. Coop Miners was poor today, but Juve as a whole, I was watching them and I was like, I'm just trying to see. They hold on to the ball. They get out of the first phase. As soon as it gets to the second phase, whether it's Thuram, Douglas Luiz, listen, hats off to him. Apparently, today was the audition. He has to really impress himself because there's a lot of teams in for him in the January transfer window. Because at the moment, he is looking like a Serie A flop. Come to the Serie A and he's struggled. Douglas Luiz for me today was good. I'll be really, really, really honest. Progressing the ball, breaking play, even towards the end of the game, getting his foot onto a cross. Douglas Luiz, for me today, outside of Kenan Yildiz, he was Juventus' best player. I feel like he had a very, very, very good game. But Juventus' problem is they're so slow. And from watching them today, it's like they're slow. They're not brave on the ball. Why are they not brave on the ball? Either they're not allowed to be brave on the ball and try that progressive pass, that risky pass, or the players don't have the quality for it. There was a moment in the first half where Gatti received the ball. And I'm looking at Coop Miners in the centre. He's literally looking at him give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. Gatti is looking at him, turns around, passes it back to De Gregorio. And I was just like, what is going on? Coop Miners was open. Attempt that pass. Now, fair enough. It's in the first phase. If it gets intercepted, you're in trouble. But you need to be brave. The best teams in the world are brave. They stick to their philosophy and they try it week in, week out. Juventus, it's like there's more sideways passes than there is progressive. And there's a reason why they don't get the ball in the final third that much. There's a reason why they don't retain the ball. And there's a reason why they don't create chances. Yeah, they've had 14 shots today. How many of those 14 shots came from dangerous areas? That's the one question I have for you guys. How many of those 14 shots came from dangerous areas? Even the goal didn't come from a dangerous area. It came from 20 yards out. Juventus don't create good enough opportunities. They don't make the best decision makers in the final third. They don't get the ball into the final third as much as they should for a team that has 50-60% of the ball. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm a massive fan of Thiago Motta, but I am now looking at Motta. And I'm thinking 4, 5, 6 months in the job, I feel like every Juve fan deserves to see some progress in the style of play, in his blueprint. Besides the possession count going up to 55, 60, they don't look dominant. On or off the ball, they're not scoring goals. They're very boring to watch. 12 draws. It's not good enough. Now, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to let me know what you think of Juve, of Motta in the comments. And I'll catch you guys on another one.